Hello, Tim from Fairplay Now on the 16th of August 2023. So it's the 16th today, and that means we are exactly 1 month away from the Black Country Living Museum meetup in Dudley, there in the Midlands. It's a little thing we're going to be doing, me from obviously this channel with Lorraine, and Lee from the Veritas Finsit channel, Marty Bucko, and others will be meeting up at the museum in the lobby, entrance lobby there, about 11 AM on Saturday the 16th of September. So just in case you haven't heard about that yet, I did mention it about a month ago, or in case you've forgotten about it, just a reminder to put that one in your diary, and I'll see you there if you're going. Anyway, just something that's caught my eye today. A little article in today's edition of the Daily Fail, as I like to call it. And you know how, well, you might not have heard of this, but apparently there's a new variant of the lurgy knocking around. I can't even be bothered remembering the name of it, but it's something that starts with E, and it's there's a couple of tweets from scientists. Scientists raise alarm over new COVID variant and call for return of face masks. So this is coming from a couple of absolute idiots who have been tweeting and putting out WhatsApp messages and things. One of them is someone by the name of Trisha Greenhow, and she's saying basically, I understand little of the detail, but it looks like it's once again time to mask up. So if you don't know much about the detail, why is saying people should be masking up? So total idiot there. And another absolute idiot. You can always tell people who are idiots because they've got sort of a professor or doctor in front of their name these days. We used to respect these people, but not anymore. Anyway, this Professor Christina Pagel is saying basically this latest variant is potentially more able to cause a big wave, is basically what she's saying. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll scroll down and see exactly who these people are. Right, so first of all, this Dr. Trisha Greenhow, who's saying it's time to mask up even though she's got very little detail, is a professor and also a member of SAGE. You know, that group who were advising the government to basically lock down during, and all of the rest of it, the sort of masks and everything else at the height of the lurgy. And yeah, so this person basically scaremongering, surprise, surprise, she's from SAGE. And then the other one as well, it's the same story, Christina Pagel, mathematician from University College London, who sits on SAGE. So another SAGE sort of scaremonger basically. So it looks like this lot from SAGE are continuing with their scaremongering and continuing to try and kickstart the lurgy hysteria once again. And I think the motorbike, to use an analogy, is getting very tired and wheezy. Every couple of months these kind of idiots try and kickstart the motorcycle, and whereas they were successful in 2020, they kickstarted it a couple of times and then it roared into life and went powerfully down the road towards absolute craziness. This time these people are kicking out this wheezy, tired old motorbike. You know, the cylinders are now sort of absolutely shot. The carburetors are kind of knackered, and the gearbox is sort of screwed as well. And even if they do get it started, it goes wheezily up the road 100 yards before conking out. So that is what these people are doing. And you know what I put it down to? I just put it down to kind of sadness, really. I think these people had an absolute glorious time in 2020 and 2021. Normally these people are sort of backroom boys and girls, these scientists who sort of sit in their ivory towers. Nobody knows anything about them normally, and they get very little recognition. 3 years ago they were front page news every single day. Everybody knew about Sage. Everybody knew about the top people in that organisation and these other organisations as well. And these normally backroom people had a glorious time, didn't they? Revelling in their fame. And they're missing it, I think. They are missing it. And sad as it might seem, they just want to kickstart that wheezy old motorbike again and get back to those glory days. And I honestly just think that that's what it's all about. But I think luckily most people are going to ignore this one, this thing that starts with E. I'm going to be ignoring it. This is probably the last thing I'm going to be saying about it. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if this time next month it is very old news indeed, and we've moved way past it onto whatever next thing, because these things, this scaremongering really isn't flying anymore. Don't know what you think about that. You might sort of think different. Do you think people out there are starting to get worried about this thing? I think it's called Eris. Just remembered the name of it. Are people around your way getting worried about it, or are they just totally ignoring it? Just like the whole global boiling thing. Most people just seem to be taking the mickey out of that as well, don't they? And just ignoring the alarmism and the craziness that these idiots who are sort of paid by the powers that shouldn't be are trying to whip up. And actually just finishing on this global boiling. It's now global boiling. Sort of don't forget that. I decided to do a little bit of fact checking on that. A little bit of an experiment, really. So if the globe is boiling, that means in theory, and this is what I did, I took my kettle, because I was really excited actually. I thought, blimey, I may well be able to save on some electricity bills here. So I took my kettle out off the pad thing where it gets its electrical connection from, and it's one of those type of kettles. And then I filled it with water and sort of put it onto my little patch of the globe. Sorry to any FE people about the terminology, but that's their words, isn't it? They're the ones calling it global boiling, so I'm just going with that. So put the kettle on my little patch of the boiling globe, expecting the kettle to boil up and save me a bit of electricity. But do you know what? When I went back to it 10 minutes later, the water was still stone cold. So I don't know what's going on there, but that is fact checked, 100% fact checked, and that now proves 100% for sure that this global boiling thing isn't a thing. Anyway, with that little bit of jolliness, because you have to have a sense of humour when you've got so many idiots like these Sage people and these climate people. The best thing to do is just laugh at them, come up with silly things, memes, and all the drawings and cartoons and all of the rest of it, just to take, just to really mock them and just show them up for the total idiots they are. And that's the way to deal with them. So with that little thought, I'm going to leave it. As I say, do put the 16th of September into your diary for the Black Country Living Museum meetup. I'll be probably talking about this in a couple of weeks' time, and then obviously in the days leading up to the meet as well. But thought I'd get in there early and get it put in the diary if you're at all interested in that. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.